There we are. It is recording and closing that. So welcome everybody to our November meetup. I am Karen Lagola, one of the GEG leaders. I am here tonight with, go ahead, ladies. Nancy.
All right, I'll go. I'm Nancy Minicozzi. I am also one of the GEG leaders, and I have the privilege of working with Karen every day. So we have a lot of fun.
We do have fun, and we have Stacy.
Yay! My name is Stacy Klein. I'm a GEG co-founder, co-leader with these amazing ladies, and I'm a program specialist with the Santa Ana Unified School District in the CTE department. So I get to manage all of our CTE programs and Project Lead the Way and Feminairs, Girls in Engineering programs, and it's a mile a minute every single day.
I'm sure you're getting used to your new role there. Sounds fun though.
Yeah.
All right, for tonight, we are going to talk a little bit about just some tech tools that we're thankful for in the spirit of Thanksgiving coming up, since we are in November, turkey season, thankful, grateful season. That's where we're going to go. We're going to share with you some of the things that we can't live without, and then we want to hear from you things that you can't live without. But first, we want to thank you for just being in the GEG, for coming to meetings, for giving up your time to be with us tonight, and for all the, things that we learn from each other, being part of our community. All right, having said that, I'm going to jump right in and do the most obvious, because you really can't talk about being grateful for tech tools without mentioning Google Slides. And I'm not going to go into slides because I think that everybody here probably feels the same way that I do, but to get ready for everything that we're doing, let's talk about how it enhances your practice. And I'll start and then I'll just share with everybody, because I think Google Slides is something that we all use all the time. So I personally find myself suggesting Google Slides to teachers on a daily basis because of the collaboration feature, because kids can work on one slide deck and then they can use grid view. So Nancy, do you want to share how you love Google Slides?
I love Google Slides. I use them for our newsletter. I love it because you can download them as images. And then you have a collection of all the newsletters in one place, almost like a book.
Yeah, I love Google Slides, especially like Slides Mania with all of her amazing templates. Last year I used it as our Project Lead the Way notebooks. She's got a notebook template that is phenomenal. And then with the Google Slides, one of the tricks we can show you later is if you link it. So when you share your slides with your students, if you update something, it notifies the student that they can update what you've updated. And that's like, mind-blowing, because their slides are never out of date anymore.
Yeah, that's very cool. Tori, how do you use Google Slides?
I haven't been using them much because I'm not teaching myself.
Right.
But I've used them for presentations in my master's program and slide decks. And I really like we actually, in my master's program, created a full game on Google Slides, which was really cool for figurative language.
Yeah, that's another great thing about them. I love the story changers, make your own ending, change your ending of stories, how you can link from slide to slide, so you change how students use them. Sabrina, any ways that we haven't mentioned that you have used?
Yeah, so I'm also out of the classroom in my role, but we use it typically, for the typical presentations. But I've referenced like Slides Mania, like Stacy mentioned, which is a great resource. Slides Go I've used in the past as well because they have some pretty cool templates. But in my last district in Santa Ana, we had used it a lot for dashboards for the elementary music program. So it was weekly dashboards. It was with the Slides Mania template, and the students could kind of hyperlink and navigate themselves. And then we also used it for an art show, an interactive art show at the end of the year, where it was hyperlinked from the main slide to sub slide decks. But the main slide was the published version, so it would still stay updated with all the features on the web view, but then you wouldn't have the scroll problem that sometimes you have in the present view. So
yeah, Yes, I love them. They are versatile. Teachers use them for agendas, for choice boards. David, I see we have another person here. If you want to tell us, oh, you're okay. Can you hear us though? If you want to share,
yeah, I
on
believe I
slide.
can. I can hear you quite well.
Okay,
Oh,
awesome.
I don't
great.
know if you can hear me.
Yes, and now we can see you as well.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great.
So, do you want to add anything how you use Google Slides, if you do?
Oh, sure. Well, yeah, I use Google Slides with a different amount of activities. I use them as for example, I use them with my ESL students, especially with speaking. I use the mode extension, and what we do is uh, there are different things that I go about that. For example, one of my favorite ones is just to select an image, set it as a background, and I ask my students, oh, all right, describe the image as best as you can. Imagine like this is a TOEFL or TOEIC exam, and I give them an example of how they should describe the image, and they do a pretty nice job. So the mode extension gives us like 1 minute 30 seconds to do that. But of course, students can add more modes. So that's one. The other one I like to do is just explore their creativity by just same thing, selecting a pretty nice background. I also select maybe something that is more attractive to the student, maybe a particular video game, maybe a movie or a genre, something of that sort. I select an image, post it in the background, and then with the text box, I just write the name of the student. So the student identifies what slide is theirs. And what they do is they look at the picture and they describe a story. Sometimes I tell them to have 3 or 5 modes installed in the slide. And it's quite curious to listen to the different story arcs that they can give depending the slide. So that's how I'm using them lately.
Yeah, I love that. I like using Moat with slides. We were just talking about that. Actually, that almost was one of our favorite tech tools tonight, but we didn't include it. It was a discussion though. So I am going to stop presenting. So Nancy, you can, because I think your slides are up next. So I'll let you take over the deck.
Okay, okay. Oops, it will help if I press the correct button. Okay, I'm going to present this tab. Let's see, this one. Okay. All right, so this is my first one. So when come on. Wait, are you not seeing it? It just told me I was no longer presenting.
We can
It
see it.
just popped up.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So my first thing that I'm sharing is the Giphy extension for Chrome. Now, I think GIFs really enhance what I do because we were talking earlier about newsletters for teachers, and I usually like to put something in there to draw their attention and kind of point at what my message is going to be. Now, I wouldn't recommend using 6 GIFs on here like I have done today, just to show you what it is, but it's really great because it is an extension. So I have it up here and you can click it or click it. It is not opening up, which is not okay. Let's go. Come on. Well, I wanted to demo it, but for there it goes. Okay, can you see how it's popped up?
No, we can't see. We can only see your slide.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing and share the window because I think that's why.
Yeah.
So let's see, I'm going to share again. I will share the window. Oh. Okay. Share. Sorry, it's wanting me to, it's not like I haven't shared before. Okay. Oh, it is not letting me share. That is the strangest thing. All right. Let me try one more time. share. Okay. It is, you were seeing my screen before though, right?
We were. Is it not doing it? Here, I'll take over and
Okay,
I can bring it up.
It's telling me that it needs permission, and if I give it permission, it wants me to restart Chrome, so I'd have to leave and come back.
Oh,
If you share, you have that extension up, right?
I do. Here, so let me just go
Okay.
there.
So
and you can see my screen.
So what I love about this extension is that it's easy to search, and you can actually look for anything you want, and it has both images and animated stickers. I can't see yours either, Karen.
You can't.
Oh, I can't see the pop-up. That's
So
very
when I
weird.
I have it installed. I don't know if you want me to share.
Well, I can see Karen's, but I can't see when she clicks the
Yeah, it's not. I'm looking now. Because I'm on a different. That is the most bizarre thing.
you probably have to share the whole desktop.
I shared
Well,
the
it's really awesome. I
window.
recommend that you here let's just click the link and show them the screenshot of it. You have to click on the G because that other GIF covers everything up.
There we go. Nope. Now it's not getting me anywhere.
Well, click the link.
There we are.
There you go.
Yay.
It's awesome. So when you see it, it allows you to just search for and insert GIFs and animated stickers, which is what I use a lot. They have like little bouncing arrows that say click here, which is great for teachers. If you scroll through the screenshots there, Karen, I think it shows you what it looks like. So yeah, you just drag and drop. It's got stickers and animated emojis, so it's super fun. The other one that I like, and hopefully it will load, is Colorzilla. So if you go to the next one, and I apologize for the horrible pun, but I couldn't resist. So the eyes have it. I really, when I do things, presentations for conferences, or I make newsletters for my teachers, I want things to look good. And I use a lot of different color palettes. I've listed some on the bottom there, but sometimes I want to take and find a color palette based on a color that's in an image that I have. And so I use Colorzilla, which is an extension that allows you to hover over any web page or image on your screen and pick a color. And the reason, there are a lot of similar tools out there. The reason I like this one is because it has the picked color history. So I can go back if I know that I looked at a color before, I can go back and get it again. It also has a gradient generator. So if you want to make a gradient between two colors, it can do that for you. And then you can go to one of these sites and generate your own palette or find one that uses one of the colors. I also wanted to highlight that color.adobe.com, Adobe Color, has a new colorblind testing tool. So you can put in your colors and see if it is able to be seen by people with different types of color blindness. We experimented with it a little bit this afternoon, and it was really fascinating.
If it loads, it would be fascinating, but it's pretty cool. You can try it on your own. Yes. Yeah, it's a pretty cool thing.
So it's under accessibility tools. There are two accessibility tools there. One is
contrast checker.
Contrast,
so this is great too for dyslexic students or visually impaired.
Or especially, or anybody if you want to have contrast to make sure that your links are visible. And the other one is the colorblind checker.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I like that. All right, moving down. It is Stacy. Do you want to try and share, Stacy? Or should I keep going?
Yeah, I'll share. Then I can show one fun thing in this.
All right, let's see if you have luck. We'll give it over to you.
Yay. So I thought that color picker, well, the Giphy, I used that a lot with my students this year before I was released from the classroom. And I have them do their like autobiographical slides, and they have to put like a picture that they like, a video that they like. So they learn all the cool tools in a Google slide. So it's a slides teaching lesson, but it's also about them. And they have to add a GIF. And our district blocks Giphy. But if you Google the, Apple GIF, right, you'll get a bouncing apple, and then it's not blocked in that way. So I'll have to try and see if they block the Chrome extension too. But because GIFs just adds a little bit of flavor to your slides. But this is exactly what their lesson is. And then the color picker I use color picker. But I'm so glad that I never heard of the one with the colorblind safe tool, and my dad was red-green colorblind, so that's wonderful. Whenever I teach people with web design and layout on a display, I always really emphasize that we need to make it accessible. Use black for anything that's expressing information so that it's accessible to all our users. But that's really cool about the colorblind safe tool, so that's wonderful. The extension I wanted to share tonight is Bitmoji, and it's really easy to find any of these extensions. It's Chrome extension and what the name of it is. And then of course you have to make your Bitmoji account and draw your little Bitmoji, but then it's easy to install. So let me share my screen again. Stop presenting. So I searched up the Bitmoji Chrome extension, and then I installed it. And then when you see up here, let's see, good. In Zoom, I can add a little laser pointer, but you guys can see my mouse or my cursor. So you can see that I've got it up here on my toolbar here. And this little puzzle piece is for your extensions, and you can pin it. So I have them pinned so I can, I don't have to search for it. And then when I'm in something like this, then I can just use the tool. It also, if you use the Chrome extension, it also embed in your email. So when you write a Gmail, you can just you can click on your Gmail and add the little Bitmoji that way. Oh, look how pretty. These are lovely. So you just copy that and stick it to right. And then one of my assignments this year with my technology classes is to either design an avatar or your own Bitmoji. Because a lot of them already have Snapchat. So we had such a kick in the pants on this. So they had fun using something other than, last year I did it because the students are on Zoom, and I didn't make them turn their cameras on because, out of respect for what was going on in their home. But I said, I don't want to stare at a bunch of black screens and just say a name. So put something cute up there. So most of them did Bitmojis. We took a class shot of all of them, and it was hilarious. And then on April Fool's Day, we all put loading. So we were having fun with all that pandemic fun. The next one is remove.bg, which removes the background of a still image. They also have one for videos as well, but I think unscreen.com is more well known. They might even be the same company, just two different links. But if you'll notice down here, the little turkey here, when we put that on, it had the little white background. So I was just like, oh, I got to get rid of that background. And when I did that, because when Karen and Nancy said, let's share our favorite tools, and I was like, what am I going to share? And it was like hilarious. I'm putting my Bitmojis on, that one. And then I need to take the background up. I go, that one. If you're already using a tool, clearly it's something that you enjoy, and definitely share it. So those are both super easy. You just click on the website, and then you can upload an image. And I don't know if I have any images in here. So here's a clamshell I found on the beach. These are really cool. You can make necklaces. It's just one little critter drilled in there and ate the other little critter. But what it'll do is it'll move the background for you. Is that the coolest thing ever? And then you download it, and then you have a transparent background. Sorry, I went to our October slides here. So now I can put that pretty little image, and it gives you a different name so that you can see that it adds that remove BG preview, just so you can tell apart from the other one. And then there you go. So that's really helpful. What's amazing to do it with a video. That's really cool. So those are my two of my favorite tools. Everything's wonderful. I'll stop sharing.
That's true. It was really hard to choose and narrow it down to 2 each. We had to have discussions. But I will say, just in our district, if we use extensions, I always have to get them approved so that they're whitelisted so we can actually open them up. So if you run into that, that might be something that you need to do. You might need to talk to your network people and have them allow it. So let me go back. No. To sharing. A window. And the last thing we shared a lot of, oops, I jumped the gun. We shared a lot of extensions, but I just wanted to bring up something else that I've been using a lot lately, which is Flipgrid, but not Flipgrid for Flipgrid. It's Flipgrid for Shorts. And I don't know if you guys have been using it, but I have been going to that a lot. For one reason, it's so easy to make a short little tutorial. I can share my screen, I can pull it up. But what I love, if you can see on my little picture here where it says your video is ready to share, I have so many options on how I can share that out with teachers. I can put it in our Google Classroom for our teachers. I can download it and email it to them. So it's really, really easy. And if you're on Flipgrid, you can see shorts up in the corner. You can see I have a couple. You can add some cool titles. So if I start a new short, it's not going to pull up my camera because my camera is being used. So it'll probably just be a black screen when we do this, but it should give me the tools anyway. Maybe if it loads. But it gives you a lot of options, and you can load things like text, and then you can turn that off while you're going. So you can really create a pretty interesting, spectacular video. Oh, there. In a short period of time that makes you look like you spent longer on it, because you can add stickers, you can add text. It gives me some options here. I always love the purple one because purple is best. Once it's there, you can kind of move it around so it makes it fun. And then in your video, you can, point to things.
You might need to switch your sharing because I think we're looking at the meat.
Ah, really?
Thank you, Nancy. I thought, well, I'm just confused by the interface. It's hilarious.
I know, I was waiting.
That's the weirdest thing.
That's so cute. Thank you for pointing that out. Hey,
sharing
Natalie.
tonight has been somewhat unsuccessful.
It really has. That's such a strange thing. All right, I'm going to share.
See how good natured we are? We're just kind of rolling with it.
Oh. Nope. Now we're frozen. Uh-oh. Okay. We'll try one more time, but I think that, let's try if I just do that. All right, if I share my whole screen, now are you seeing it? Are we in Shorts?
Yes, we are. Purple is best.
Okay, awesome.
Yay.
Well, there I am. Hello, in Shorts. So what I was showing everybody, and I'll go back out of Flipgrid and show you where it is, but since I'm in here, I don't want to. So what I was showing everybody is that you have effects here. You have text styles that you can choose from. You have some other effects. You have a whiteboard. You can bring in stickers. You can bring in GIFs. You can bring in media from other sources. So I can pretty much drag in a video or a slide deck or a PNG so that I can put it up here and show it if I'm doing a tutorial. And in the middle of my video, I can clear it so I can preload things that then disappear while I'm talking to make it look like I really edited what I was doing. I have some other options. I can upload a clip. I can just use my mic. I can mirror. So I switch it, record your screen, and then you have some backdrops too. I think it's going to freeze me again if I try to do too much, but they're super easy to record, super easy to share. And if you're in Flipgrid, they're right up here. And I have become really, that's become my go-to for videos like that. So those are our favorites. And now we thought, and you're back, you can still see the slide deck. Yes. Okay. I have to check to see what you can see. What we'd like to hear is what you guys use all the time. So we created, guess what we created? Of course, a collaborative slide deck, our first favorite tool. That we will put the link. If you have the slide deck open, you can just click on this link right here in the center that says link to these slides, or you can, we'll put it in the chat for you to do, but just list your tool that you're thankful for, how it enhances your practice, and just give us an example of how you use it in your classroom. I mean, if it's one of the ones we just shared, that's fine, but if you can teach us and share something with us that we didn't already share, that would be awesome. I am actually going to stop presenting while we do this and just let everybody go into the slide deck to give. Just go ahead and grab a slide, put your name on it so they know that you're already there, or just put something on it so people don't try to be work on the same slide. And we'll give you a few minutes. This is when we need that music, huh? I always forget.
So Sabrina, how's your new position going? Are you enjoying it?
Good. Yeah. It's in the same school district that my kids are in. So
Yeah.
that's, adding dual purpose, I think, to things, which is great. But yeah, just kind of an extension of the same sort of VAPA game, but I don't have a Robin.
Yeah.
So
Robin
it's a little
was,
challenging.
she was at school today checking out the students. Our students do a really, really big Dia de los Muertos presentation with dances and costumes, and they do these exquisite altars, and they do them on the campuses, and they do it throughout the city of Santa Ana, and it's just extraordinary the efforts the students do. Just beautiful. It was cute. I was like, oh, there goes Robin. I'm like, I wonder, and I'm like, oh yeah.
She's always busy, she has a
Yeah.
million different things she's doing.
That's
So
nice.
yeah, that's been kind of, an interesting piece. I actually saw Andrea yesterday.
Oh, good.
Because her son goes to Trabuco, and
Yeah.
they had KTLA 5 out there because they were the only marching band, I guess, in California that's been invited to go to the Macy's
I
Thanksgiving Day
know,
Parade.
they're so excited. Oh,
I
so
know. I was like,
happy
wait, Andrea? And she's like, oh, hi.
for them. Yeah,
So that was
band
fun.
mom. Yeah, we're all colleagues in Santa Ana Unified, but Sabrina got swooped up by her hometown, which I don't blame her for not wanting to drive 30 minutes to work.
Yeah, it's literally like 2 exits on the other side of the overpass. It's pretty neat. I could just leave here like within 5 minutes. I'm at work.
Yeah, we all love our schools, but there's something to be said about not having to commute. How are you, Natalie? I haven't seen you in a while.
I'm good. I actually tried to get on. I don't know, maybe I lost something, but I had bookmarked the link that you guys were using before. So for like the last 2 months, I would go there and it would tell me, wait till somebody admits you.
Oh, bummer.
And it would just keep cycling. And I thought, well, did they move the meeting? And I didn't know they moved the meeting, and I didn't realize you guys had changed your link. So I found you.
Yay. Well, now it's stationary. And it's obviously it's been stationary for some time, but now you found us forever. And we have it on our calendar. So if you subscribe to our calendar, that helps.
Okay.
I
You have
have
to
it
go
like
to the
on my
site,
calendar.
or we send it out through the group email to every month if you're looking for it, but it
Yeah,
is
I
always on
probably
our
thought, oh, I
website.
have the link, so I don't need to worry about it. And then I thought, well, I can never get in. And there's nobody looking to see if somebody's waiting in the waiting room. What happened?
That's awesome. Well, you found
I'm
it. So
back.
good. And then, and
Yay.
Tori, we still haven't filled all of our teaching positions. So don't, as soon as that credential clears, hop on something, because
Well, and
literally backlog.
I literally called them for 2 weeks straight every single day, and
Yeah, it's
nobody
everybody's
ever either
backlogged, and
got back to me.
it'll
I'd
calm
leave
down.
voicemails. No one
Yeah.
ever got back to me. So I
Yep.
just, after
Yeah.
2 weeks, I'm like, I'm done. Like, this
Yeah.
is just frustrating.
Yeah, I think half of our human resources department quit, so we're kind of short staffed right now.
Yeah. And so Tori's waiting on the state to approve her credential, and then she'll be able to apply again. And like I said, they still have positions. There'll be time. But did anybody add anything to the their favorite tech tools?
Well, let's go in and see. That's
somebody
what
does
I
it.
was going to do. The reason I love slides, that we can pop right in and see. We'll give you some more time. We'll not distract you for a second. We'll let you go in and add your stuff, and then we'll go in and
Yeah.
see what we got.
That's the
But I
best
see
part of
some
being in a
people working.
GEG. Yeah.
I know.
It's like you get to catch up with your friends you haven't seen in a month. This is nice. Somebody add Jamboard, or I'm going to.
You could take a slide
You can take a slide and
add
put in
everything you want.
all the ones that you
Okay.
wanted to add.
I see somebody got Jamboard on there. That's good. The anonymous axolotl.
That was me. That was me. I got you. The axolotl.
Axolotl. I love it.
Which I'm glad I'm an axolotl. Those are cute.
Yeah. I'll have to Google that. Oh, I like the capybara. What a cute little thing.
Let's go in. Oh, Ed Puzzle. Yep, my favorite.
I had to do a mentoring assignment for my master's program, and I taught my mentee Ed Puzzle, and she's loving it right now because she was able to integrate it into Canvas, and so she's using it. We're reading Call of the Wild in her classes, and she's just like using it to do formative assessments, and she's like, it grades it. I don't have to go in and grade it. This is fantastic, and it was her favorite tool that I taught her. I also did Edu protocols with her and Nearpod, but Ed Puzzle's her favorite.
That's great. Yeah, I love it too. It's easy to put anywhere. And Moat, this is you as well.
Somebody else added Moat on my slide. I don't know who. The anonymous rabbit did, I think.
The anonymous rabbit is a secret.
Sorry, that was me. Okay, so I'm sorry. So it's one slide per teacher.
Well, that's fine. Don't worry about
it
it.
doesn't matter. Yeah.
We're all friends here.
Yep. We can just put it wherever. No rules. But I do love Moat. Actually, I have some world language teachers that we were just talking about Moat with Google Slides, similar to what you were describing earlier. So you reminded me about it tonight by putting it here.
I know I put in a presentation at a conference on uses of Google tools for world language and English language learners. And I had Moat, but I hadn't thought of using it in this way. So I might borrow your idea. Give you credit for it for sure.
Oh, here's a bunch of Chrome extensions. Awesome. Article sharing. Is that a Chrome extension, article sharing?
No, so I'm like trying to link it to the Chrome extensions from like what ed tech tools are you thankful for and how does it enhance your practice? Because like the extension is saved to Google Drive. So it just takes the screen capture of your page. And then like I've had, because we have a shared drive for our elementary music team, for instance. And so if there's an article or something I like, I try to keep everything in one place instead of navigating them to other areas. So I have like a folder in the shared drive for like articles or, you know, resources. And then what I do is I'll use Save to Google Drive to take a screenshot, but then I put it in Google Drawings so it can hyperlink to the article. So they'll see a preview of the article and then they click it and it can hyperlink. Since you can't necessarily save like a web page in Google Drive, that's the only way I've been able to figure it out.
That is a really clever workaround. I like that a lot. Google Drawing, one of my favorite things in the world, which I'm really surprised I didn't mention, but Slides has been taking the stage lately.
Photopea is awesome too.
Yeah.
I love Photopea.
Oh, I don't know Photopea.
I haven't been able to get access to Adobe here yet in the district. I'm working on it. But once I do, like I'll transition. But in the meantime, like Photopea to me has been like a really old version of Photoshop. It still has good functionality, but it's literally like I learned Photoshop CS2 back in college, and it's kind of comparable to that. It's all a web-based version of Photoshop.
Oh, very cool. Calendly, I love. That's what I use with my teachers. They have my link. They make appointments. It's so easy. They can make different appointment times for different lengths of times. So it's really nice. Google Sites, Google Drawing, and there for Stacy is Jamboard. Well, for all of us.
That Jamboard just made pandemic distance teaching and learning so much fun. The kids did a good job on it.
Yeah, it's true. Jamboards have been fun. Last month, I think we tried a thin board instead of thin slides. We did the same kind of thing with thin boards. So you can, it's versatile. Screencastify, another favorite, which I do use all the time as well.
So I tried using Loom because I know Loom's free for education, but when I downloaded the app on my computer, it like kept crashing it. I don't know what happened. So that's why I ended up just staying with Screencastify, because for me it's more consistent, but I have to pay.
Yeah, I used Loom too for a while there, just because the same reason. And then I liked the setup. I liked how when you shared with Loom, you could tell if the person you shared it with opened it and watched it, you would get notified. I thought that was a really great feature. But I have gone back to Screencastify. There's just something about it that makes it simple, more easy to use when you just need a quick screen share.
I could be wrong, but I pay for my Screencastify license, and I think they started incorporating some of those Loom features, because I just noticed that instead of it sending you directly to like Google Drive to watch a video, it brings you into like a Screencastify like preview environment. And I don't know if it's tracking clicks, but that would be interesting if it did.
Oh,
I think that would be valuable.
And what I also like Screencastify, if you don't have to do long videos and you don't need the editor, you can get a free version of it. So that's good if you don't feel like you want to spend the money, although it is a very affordable product compared to lots of things that are out there.
Awesome. Let's clip on Slides Mania. Whose slide has Slides Mania? What would you like to share?
No.
They do have some great templates. And Jamboard, there it is. Easy way to share ideas with your class without requiring students to speak. It is really nice. And here we are, Google Slides, make interactive presentations like we are. Here's my favorite thing. I just love that feature that when you show that to teachers, they just love it, that they can see everything at once. I'll go back. So anybody, whose slide is this that we're looking at? Feel free to talk us
That's
through.
mine. I don't know, maybe I didn't get the directions because it sounds like you were doing more of the the things that are made by Google.
Oh,
Those
no,
are just
no.
some of the ones that I use most of the time.
No, we are not doing what's made by Google. It's just
Yeah.
what you're thankful for. It just
Oh,
happened to be
yeah,
that those were the ones
Those
that
are the
popped
ones
up.
that
I
those are
love
the ones I spend
whiteboard
a lot
chat.
of time on.
Are you still using whiteboard chat? I loved them during like the COVID when we were home. It was great, and they were
Yeah.
enhancing it like weekly.
Yeah,
It
they've
was
added a lot. Now
incredible.
it's not so free anymore. They've added some things that are paid. But my kid, we did it a lot last year, especially when we needed to do money, because when I did it on Jamboard and I created a Jamboard, and the kids would, you had too many little pieces and the Jamboard would freeze on their Chromebooks. But if we went to whiteboard chat, you have the ability to pull in the coins or to pull in the dollar bills. I was doing second grade, so they needed to be able to manipulate that money and show me the 5 pennies that make a nickel and the nickels that make a dime and whatever it might be. So it worked really well for all kinds of different things. They've added a ton of different features.
Yeah, that is definitely one that you have to keep watching because they were adding so much.
Mm-hmm.
And eyedropper, color matching, Bitmoji. Kids do love them. Quizzes. How are you using quizzes?
I use it primarily to kind of assess how well they've actually learned what we're doing. I do some live quizzes in the classroom, and I also assign quizzes for homework, because that way I can see, you know, where they can take their time. They don't feel like they're competing. I usually turn the competition off for those so that they don't, you know, try to, oh, I didn't do as well as so-and-so, because that's not my focus on those. I want to see if they can actually do it. But it takes tons of practice to get things like parts of speech in second grade or third grade. I use it with my newcomers to all have the pictures and the vocabulary. They have to, you know, pick the word that goes with the picture, or type the word that goes with the picture, or find the picture that goes with the word, all different ways to go around it. But the kids really like it, and I can use it interactively, do it whole class and kind of go through it as like a flashcard, or I can have them do it as a practice on each of their own devices.
Quizzes,
Your kids all have
I've actually
Chromebooks?
been.
What was that, Tori?
I've been using quizzes a lot lately because I've been using the Fast and Curious Edu protocol to help the kids with, they have Greek and Latin roots every other week, and then right now they're doing Call of the Wild vocabulary. So I've been using that constantly to help them practice, especially my special education kids, to help them just really get the words. And the week that they were most on top of it, I think I had 42 plays, was definitely the week I saw them do the best on their vocabulary. And now it's just trying to get them to do it, because they're like, ah, I did well, I don't need this anymore. I'm like, no, you still do.
And the last one here is Nearpod, which we also have in our district. We pay for that, so we do use it a lot. They have some great pre-made. Do you find you use what's there already? Or are you creating your own?
I'm creating my own. I actually am a TOSA, so I don't have my own class, but I've been creating some slides to help some new second grade teachers and the virtual academy teachers also, because we have 6 brand new teachers who are teaching for our virtual academy, who have never been in a classroom, who have never worked other than like student teaching. And so you give them each 31 students online and say, go, with no materials, and it gets interesting. So I thought, well, since I've already made some slides, I can modify them and add some pieces. So I make one set for the in-person teachers, and I modify it for the online teachers, and they are very appreciative.
I'm sure they are. All right, let's flip on. Oh, Pear Deck.
Yeah, Pear Deck I've seen used in classrooms. Last year when I was doing flipped classroom with my master's partner, we actually were using Pear Deck as the interactive direct instruction component for the kids to do at home, and then they do the synchronous with us in class. So that was really cool. Powtoon it's a way to make a presentation using cartoons and like the kids can just kind of drag and drop, and it's super cute. They can do PSAs and stuff like that. iFontU is just a website that I use to find good fonts that pair together for presentations and that sort of thing. And then Blookit's kind of like quizzes, but I think it's the most fun because you have like 6 different types of games you can play with the Blookit. And like some of them you can turn on, like the goal is to make the most money and the kids can steal money from each other. And it's kind of about luck. And it's just really entertaining seeing how competitive the kids can get sometimes and just how engaged they are in the content.
That I have not heard of Blookit.
Oh, it's so fun.
Oh,
All right,
it's
so if I go there, maybe you'll walk us through. Blookit. Has everybody
Yeah.
else heard of it? Am I the only one? Oop.
Not me.
Okay,
I have
cool.
it's I've heard it's really popular. I played with it a little bit, but not enough to really understand it. So this will be good.
It's just like it's basically any drill and practice type of software. So quizzes, Kahoot, that sort of thing. But once you create like one set, you can play like 6 or 7 different types of games with it. And like one of them is called Factory. So the kids are trying to make the most money they can. And after they answer, I think 3 questions, they get a factory worker. They can change their workers. They can upgrade them. And then you can also put in like glitches. So like some of the glitches, your screen just starts spinning around or you get a bunch of jokes on your screen. And it's really entertaining. I used it also when I did virtual camp this summer. And I just found like a Disney themed Blookit that somebody created. And we just played it. And of my like, I think I was live for 20 hours. We played Blookit for 6 hours one of the weeks because that's all the kids wanted to do.
Oh, that's fun. Okay, so direct me. Can everybody see it that I'm here?
Yes.
So you can create a
Oh,
set
cool.
or a discover set. So just for now, click on discover set. And then just
Oh.
type in something you'd be interested in or click one of those.
Yeah, let's play a game. You ready?
And then we go to playblookit.com.
Oh,
Oh,
and here's
Candy
where I
Quest
get
is
to
a new one.
choose. Oh, wow,
Yeah.
fun.
The factory and the gold and crypto are the 3 most popular I've had with kids. The pumpkin one is a Halloween special. I think they did something like that for the holidays last year. But those are my favorite ones, and they're just really
Sorry, Tori, could you say that again? Which ones were your favorites, please?
Factory. Usually there's one called Gold Quest. I think it's been replaced with the pumpkin one right now. And Crypto Hack are the 3 most popular I've done. The fishing one is new. I haven't played that one yet.
Oh, well, let's give it a whirl. Let's go fishing.
And then you can set it for time, or apparently this one is once someone gets a certain amount of weight for a fish.
Oh, yeah.
And then you can click host now. It's blookit.com/play.
Yeah, here it is. And here's your. I like the music.
Mm-hmm. And you can choose.
Do you get to
the
pick?
little? Yeah, the little characters are called blooks, which is why it's Blookit.
Do I have more? Up there they are. More joiners.
Oh, you have to either log in or sign up.
No, you don't. You can play it without. It's if you want to like get the coins, so to speak, for
Oh, okay.
what
'Cause
you've
it
earned.
shows
But
that I'm waiting in the lobby.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
for me
now
to
it's just,
start. Yeah,
yep,
Oh, but
wait for
I
the start.
wasn't looking at your screen, so you
there
saw.
you go.
Okay.
Click to cast your line. Are you watching your directions? Answer
Yes.
questions to reel in the fish.
It's awfully cute.
This is cute.
Ugh.
Like I said, this fishing one is new. I haven't seen it before.
Oh, look at this.
I got an old boot. Was afraid of that.
Oh. Who gave us the jellyfish?
That's pretty cool.
So it's just
I
a
can't-
really cute, fun game.
That is fun. Shall I stop? Do you guys want to find out who wins? I guess
I think
it'll
you can
go for
stop.
5 more minutes.
Tori's a ringer.
She is.
I just can click quickly.
Oh, I love it. It's very cute. I like it a lot. That's a fun, different from Kahoot, which has gone crazy. They might like Look It.
Yeah,
Awesome.
and with the crypto one, the kids choose a password at the beginning, and then when they get they have 3 options when they answer enough correct, and then if they click one and it says hack, they can try and guess someone else's password and steal an amount of crypto from them to try and raise their score. And it's so entertaining listening to the kids like, so and so just stole my crypto. Just so funny.
That is fun. I like this. I guess
And
to
then
get
it gives
reports.
it gives you good reports as well. So you can see how many questions the kids got right and that sort of thing as well.
Yeah.
And you can also set it up to be asynchronous so that you can post it and the kids can play on their own to review instead of having to do it live in class.
That is awesome. Thank you. I'm so glad I learned about that. That's so cool. Did anybody add anything while we were going? Anybody want to share anything that we skipped over that you went back and did? We are just about out of time. But you do have access to this so that you'll have all of them. Of course, it will be linked on our website when we put our slides up, which actually I think Stacy has already done because she's been multitasking.
Yay!
Yay!
I noticed last month wasn't showing. I thought, I know I did it, and I forgot to hit publish on the website. It was so cute.
That's funny.
When you update your Google site.
Well, we are just about at 8 o'clock. Our next meeting will be in December. It will be December 7th, and then we will be skipping January just because a lot of us will still be on break. I'm just going to stop presenting. Like that. We have a couple minutes if there's anything else you want to share that you really wish somebody had mentioned or that you're dying that you didn't get to put out there. Now's your chance. You have a minute. If not, I will stop recording and we will see you in December. Thank you for coming.
Yay. Thanks for
As
coming. Nice to see you,
always.
David. That was great.
Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful holiday.
Yay.
Thank you for all the resources. It was good to see you too, Stacy.
Yeah. Congrats
for
on the new
hosting the
position.
session.